Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our episode tonight of Oops, All GMs. And this time we are traveling somewhere different, just like every other time before. But before we get into all that, I am going to have to fix. This is the wrong overlay I'm looking at right now. How about this one? That's better. Hi, everybody. I was like, why is there black smoke and swirlies? That's not what I had planned for this.
I also was like, why am I in the game master seat? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's wrong. Something's wrong here.
Well, no, I'm not the GM. I'm not. I already did that.
Welcome to tonight's episode of SAGAS, or I should say, episode of Oops All GMs, a SAGAS playtest. Tonight we are updating the system version we are using. We will be using version 0.6. Previously we were using 0.52. There's going to be a couple changes. We've redone our characters and stuff, and Vampy has been nice enough to let us all level up to 7, which is, I think, might be definitely highest I've ever played in this specific iteration of Sagas, so I'm excited to see how it goes. Let's get ourselves introduced real quick so we can jump right into episode tonight. Hi, I'm Dennis. I made the system. Moving on. Tipsy, who are you?
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. You can also call me Tipsy because my username is the Tipsy Tiger, but contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually tipsy. I've been really enjoying this game, and I do a bunch of other TTRPG stuff. That's it. What's up?
All right, Claude.
Hello, I'm Claude, also known as Curly Insane Guy with an underscore. I'm also I talk about TTRPGs. I really like this one. And, alley time. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah. And Vampire Bites.
Hello, I am Vampire Bites. You can find me all over Twitch and Discord with that name. You can probably find me other places with that name too, but I don't use them very often, except occasionally to promote games that I'm in. And I'll be your GM tonight.
Yes, thank you for running tonight's game. I really don't want to delay this any further, so I'm going to hand it over to you now.
So journey with me, dear friends, back to a time where the Wild West met the mystical, where outlaws and fays danced under the desert sun. A town threatened by an alchemist's ambition, a machine that tore the very fabric of reality, and a vortex that swept you away to worlds unknown. Remember the moon, a junkyard in space where machinery lay dormant and beasties prowled. The warp drives hum, a mother's desperate quest, and an explosion that sent you spiraling into a fairy tale book. Sherwood Forest, where legends lived and dragons roared. A village aflame, a dragon's wrath, and a sinister twins' cruel experiment. You fought, you struggled, you soared through vortex after vortex, meeting members of a mad scientist family, each one more desperate and dangerous than the last. Seasoned travelers of the multiverse, veterans of realms beyond imagination, you've journeyed far and wide. An indeterminate period of time has passed and worlds have come and gone. Treasures have been found and lost, and lessons have been learned. You've grown, not just in strength, but in wisdom, understanding the delicate balance of time and space. Each vortex, each leap into the unknown has left its mark, shaping you into the heroes you are today. The universe is vast, and its secrets are many, but you stand ready, undaunted by the chaos, guided by the thrill of adventure and the promise of home. And now, as the next chapter unfolds, you find yourselves wandering the bustling streets of a futuristic city awash in the glow of neon signs flashing advertisements for products beyond your comprehension. Hover cars zoom past overhead, leaving trails of light in their wake. The crowd is a diverse mix of humans and various alien species, all going about their daily lives in a symphony of organized chaos. But something feels off. As you walk, you notice tiny mechanical creatures, smaller than your hand, scurrying about with a purposeful determination. Their segmented little bodies gleam with a metallic sheen, and their eyes glow with an unnatural light. They dart into vents, crawl along power lines, and disappear into machinery, leaving a faint trail of ozone in the air. Time itself seems to waver, sending a chill down your spine. So tell us, as we go around the table, who you are and who you've become through these untold number of jumps to get to this place. We'll start with Claude, because that's who I see when I look over to my left.
Works. So Deslin started off as a bit of a novice in magic. As he lived in the West, he injured himself with magic, very much kind of blunting his sense of touch physically, but also giving him some ice powers, which were nice. Those ice powers have grown throughout this journey. But so has how tired he is. This has been exhausting for him. It started off as kind of a wacky adventure, and it just is not ending. He's grown closer with his allies. They were new to him. Ralph is completely new to him. But yeah, he's kind of road weary at this point, and just kind of wants to lead this adventure to its conclusion, if there is one. He's blonde. He's a bit more scruffy than he started this adventure, so he's got like a shaggy beard going on. His hair is a little more disheveled, and he has abandoned his terrible hat after realism. He's wearing a duster, a bit worn, as they've gone, but the wear and tear on his has kind of carried through lately. As if it's part of him now. That's where he is.
Okay. And Dennis, tell us about Ralph.
Ralph, at least aesthetically, remains very unchanged. He's still this dirty, big guy with a beard and almost entirely bald head. Always carrying his trusty wrench, though it itself has changed forms throughout each world. Its function really has not changed at all. Right now, at its hip, it sort of blends in with the. It's sort of like a jumpsuit that he's wearing, like a mechanic would, but it has. The arms are covered in lights that double as buttons for communicating. The wrench at his hip is now actually very close to what it originally was, sort of like a part wrench, part weapon. This big pronged fork of a head and a thick neck and a guard around the handle. He is always, while Deslin has gotten more tired, Ralph has probably gotten more energetic. He is constantly on the lookout for danger, even though he's the first to shout, but he's almost never the first to move when something is amiss.
And what has Betsy gotten herself into over these past few travels?
Betsy started as a traveling performer, a bard, if you could say that, a musician, a singer, an entertainer first and foremost. Still with her strawberry blonde hair, but she has chopped it off to about shoulder length because she was tired of it getting in the way. She has ditched a lot of her finer clothes, whereas in the first episodes, you saw her much more stylish, and now she is the epitome of, to use a reference to our universe, a bit of a Rose Tyler, with a button-down shirt that often is caught up out of the way. She has become more interested in being useful rather than pretty. Because for so long, that was all she was valued as, was pretty and can sing good. And while her talents still remain with swaying people, she now comes at it from an attitude rather than getting what she wants from people, finding out what they want so she can give that to them. In particular, she's been very interested not only in learning magic from Deslin, but also learning about tech from Ralph, and learning about Kai, though we don't know where he is. They are now. And her wings have also visibly changed due to the traumas and tribulations she suffered in previous worlds. They now glimmer with cybernetic implants that still allow her to fly, though cause some pain when she does so. As she walks around, she has a bit more grit, more than show now, but there's still that bit of that glamorous pep, always fresh face of makeup. Gotta look her best somehow. And now you sometimes see her take a face that is not hers, should the situation arise that needs it.
Okay, so as you see the street before you, and you notice these little mechanical... They're a little bit large for insects, but you don't really have another word for them right now.
All right, Ralph. 10-4. What are those? Any ideas?
There's something off about them. If you look at them real hard, things slow down and speed up. It's weird. It could be our ticket onward.
Well, that's the way it tends to go, right? This is another friggin' alchemist thing. We're gonna track him down, and then we're gonna hit the road again. We can do it all over and over again.
Deslin, do you need a drink?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. That's for sure.
Kind of put a reassuring hand on your shoulder with your permission.
As you all are subtly gesturing at these mechanical insects, a middle-aged man wearing a tattered trench coat and hat pulled low over his eyes steps out from the alley. His hands tremble slightly and a faint scar runs down his cheek. Yeah, you've noticed them too, haven't you? Nodding toward the mechanical creatures.
Hello.
They're dangerous, infectious. But if you're brave enough to investigate, I might have some information that could help.
Hi. Normally, when we talk to people, we don't jump out of the shadows and randomly surprise them. Can we take this back a little bit, please?
Wait, Betsy, that might be normal here.
Oh. We have yet to find a place where they don't immediately jump into Expositionville. No one just wants to say hi. How are you? Never mind. Yes, we see them. We go follow this guy.
What's your information? We've got well, I actually don't really know what time it is, but we do want to investigate.
The informant's eyes dart nervously as he glances around. These creatures, they're cyber mites. They're everywhere. They're infecting machinery and people. I've seen what they can do. If you're willing to help, I can tell you where they came from. And he glances around very nervously. But be careful, they're watching. They're always watching.
How are they infecting people? Like, what are the people doing? How does it infect them exactly?
They turn people into robots.
Oh. That's kind
Well,
of a
like,
big one.
is it obvious? Do they get, like, the classic chrome dome and the shiny arms and legs, or do they look like you and me?
You've seen them too?
I
The
know,
Cybermen?
that's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm sorry, hang on. There are also Cybermen?
That's what they're calling themselves, the robots. They say they want to upgrade you.
Oh boy, alright, well. Sounds like shiny chrome dome.
Alright. Well, we'll certainly keep our eye out. And what was the direction
Where are
you are suggesting we go?
So he gestures down the alley that he came out from, towards what looks like a garage. From here, that it looks like an old abandoned petrol station, gas station, with an attached garage.
Right. Thank you. Are you going to be alright? You seem rather
Not
troubled.
staying here. I'm getting on the first ship off world.
And
Well,
other
best
people
of
don't,
luck to you.
other people don't see them.
They're so tiny. Nobody pays attention. Nobody cares. Until it's too late.
You go get on that ship then. Get on out of here.
And he
Ralph.
darts off towards what looks like a spaceport.
Deslin, Ralph, do you think there's any use to bringing out Old Faithful? And you see my wings come out, though I kind of wince a little bit when it does. It never helps to have an avian vantage point, is all I'm saying.
Well, in this case, I don't think it would help all that much. We're about to go in this building.
Yeah, I'd
Make
say
sure there's nothing around it, you know?
Now, if you're willing to do it, I won't stop you.
You see with a bit of a groan, I'm gonna take off into the air, and I'd like to just kind of make a loop around, make sure there's no, like, traps or maybe guards or anything like that. Anything that I can report back to the other two to kind of determine our course of action.
You do see a few mechanical slugs that are a little bit different than these insects swarming near that garage. But other than that, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna fly back.
You can make a check if you want to, but that's kind of my way of saying you don't really need to.
But I can roll a dice! I did get a 5. So I'm gonna fly back, touchdown, wings immediately go back in, and just go, right, so slugs, metal slugs, couple of those. We may want to approach with some caution.
You'd think after all these jumps we've done, I wouldn't be surprised by things anymore, but metal slugs?
Right. In the same boat as you are.
When I say slugs, they're a bit larger than you might picture normal slugs. These are roughly the size of a small house cat.
They were like this big, which made it even weirder.
I was gonna say.
Well, I think that we should definitely try to, I don't know, try not to catch attention if we can help it.
Alright. Soft and quiet it is. See if we can find a way in.
And we go.
So it's a standard door off on the side, or the big rolling metal doors that garages normally have in the front.
Side door?
Yeah. Feel like that's gonna make noise if we just touch it.
Right. Unless, Deslin, you can freeze it off its hinges or something, but I feel like it would make a big old noise.
Yeah, probably not worth it.
It
Side
does not
door it is.
seem. It does not seem to be locked.
The side door?
Correct.
All right.
As the door swings open, a hidden world unveils itself. The room is dimly lit, filled with machinery and computer terminals. But what really catches your eye are the mechanical leech-like creatures, each the size of a small house cat. They move with an eerie, calculated purpose, swarming over the equipment, their segmented bodies gleaming with a metallic sheen. The air is thick with the smell of ozone here, and whirring and clicking of these creatures create a dissonant symphony. Suddenly, they turn, as one, their glowing eyes fixed upon you.
Well, so much for...
And you realize that you've stumbled into a nest of these strange creatures.
Oh,
And the swarm
fam.
moves to attack as a chill runs down your spine. You understand that you've awakened something far more dangerous than you may have first thought.
Ah, shit.
It is time for our first combat.
Yeah,
Here we
I
go.
figured.
First.
All right. I got fast reflexes rank 4, so we got some D6 action going on.
Wow.
Let me bring up my turn tracker just so I can keep track of people's.
That's a 1, baby!
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Betsy's not having any of this house cat slug shit.
Give me a token. There we go.
We've been to many worlds. This is still bullshit.
Smells the
What
same
was
in
your-
every dimension.
Sorry. What was your success? What was your number?
1.
1.
What's up, Vampy?
What-
How you doing?
I'm scribing out my turn orders so that I can keep track of things. And what did Deslin get?
A frozen.
I'm frozen. And-
I think
Oh no.
I think
or
Deslin got
okay.
a frozen, unfortunately.
What did Ralph get?
A 9.
A
Oh
9.
god.
Ouch. And what do these creatures have? I have my notes. Give me my notes. Speed, not speed. Reaction.
Yeah.
There it is.
I think Deslin might have taken his role as ice power too seriously. Da-da-da-da. I'm sorry.
Okay, why do these turns they all went in as zeros?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to manually change them. I've been finding I've had to do that with Roll20.
But I did that in the add custom item. I gave it a number and it didn't do it.
You sure did.
There he goes.
Well- Oh no, please stand by for technical difficulties. Deslin got sucked in by the slugs and well, heck. Also, I'm Ralph now.
Whee!
I think
Okay,
I'll give
now-
y'all a quick break with some nice toasty warm fire while we hack this universe and try to get Deslin back. We'll be back in a
Be
second.
right back.
Hey everybody. So unfortunately it looks like Claude's internet got knocked out and won't be back for at minimum several hours. So I think we are going to be rescheduling the remainder of this session. We didn't get too far into it, so we're going to have the bulk of it. We're looking at Saturday morning right now, but keep your eyes on my Twitter, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, wherever you follow my stuff at okayest__DM. And I will make sure to put updates out right when we get this figured out. Apologies for the technical issues. Thank you for sticking around anyway. And remember, even though the tech gremlins got us tonight, everything is going to be okay.